Hello! Today, we're going to guide you through Volvo's incredible 94-year truck history, from 1928 to 1940. In February 1928, the very first Volvo truck left the assembly line, in a building near where the Volvo Trucks headquarters are located today. Even at this early stage in truck development, Volvo trucks were built to a very high standard in terms of their reliability and quality, especially compared to non-Swedish trucks, which had not been designed with the poor Swedish climate and poor Swedish roads in mind. This new truck was named the Series 1, and it was an immediate success. The original plan was to produce 500 four-cylinder Series 1 trucks, and later introduce the more powerful six-cylinder truck. The first 500 trucks were, however, sold out in a very short time. A second series of 500 trucks was manufactured, called Series 2. The 1930s was a decade of growing success and improved products for Volvo. Although its first generation of trucks looked old-fashioned, Volvo soon caught up with more well-established manufacturers. By the mid-30s, Volvo had become the dominant truck manufacturer in the Nordic countries due to the new LV series. The new LV66 and LV68 series of trucks were introduced in 1931. They became quite popular, especially in the lighter version with the new Hesselman engine running on diesel instead of petrol. The LV71 and LV73 series proved to be very popular, to such an extent that these two truck series can be said to have established Volvo as a major exporter of trucks. The trucks were with a side valve engine, 4-speed gearbox, and single reduction rear axle. Following came the LV75, which soon became a rather popular truck for special applications like garbage transport. Then the light-duty distribution truck series LV76-78 came, followed by the more powerful LV79 in 1936. In 1937, the LV18, 19, and 29 were introduced and had now reached an annual truck production of nearly 5,000 units. From 1940 to 1964. The first half of the 1940s was, of course, dominated by World War II. But in 1946, the L29 range was introduced as the first powerful heavy-duty diesel truck. Also, the round nose was produced throughout the 1940s with the 90 horsepower and the 105 horsepower engines. The appearance of the round nose trucks was very much influenced by both American, British, and German truck styling of the era. More than 10,000 units were sold. Perhaps no other decade has contributed more to the development of the truck than the 1950s. The introduction of sleeper cabs and power-assisted steering made life easier for the driver, and, as a whole, the importance of truck transportation increased. The following year, the L34 came, and in 1954, the L36 and L37 was introduced. It was a modern truck generation with numerous different components under the skin of the different versions. Side valve petrol engine, overhead valve petrol engine, or diesel engine were obvious choices. The most famous Volvo truck ever was undoubtedly the L38 and L48 Viking. The Viking was originally a slightly updated model of the L24 diesel round-nose truck with a new bonnet and new fenders, but was constantly updated with new, stronger engines and modernized chassis components. In the first year of the L38 truck production, this engine had an output of only 100 bhp, but this was gradually increased with the help of turbocharging to 125 bhp. The L42 truck succeeded the L34 truck introduced in 1950. Compared with this model, the forward control cab model offered a much shorter wheelbase and total length, and was with the newly produced V8 engine. From 1965 to 1979. In 1965, the new System 8 truck product program took place, introducing a newly developed F, L, and N series. The F86 was also presented in 1965, and in the mid-60s, the F86 was introduced in Great Britain, and soon, manufacture of the F86 was started in Scotland, and quickly became the most popular truck in England. Perhaps the most important explanation behind the success of the F86 has been the possibility of adapting the F86 to any transport task, from distribution of goods in city areas to community service, construction site transport, and so on. The light-duty F trucks were presented by Volvo in 1975 in a number of models for various transport tasks. In the mid-70s, not all truck manufacturers were concerned with safety. For that reason, 3 out of the 4 manufacturers were not interested in strengthening the cabs for their trucks in order to withstand the severe Swedish cab crash safety tests. For Volvo, of course, it was necessary to reinforce all light-duty F trucks. The F4 and F6 trucks became very popular and greatly expanded the Volvo market share in the medium-duty segment. In 1977, the F10 and F12 were introduced. These trucks created a completely new standard for ergonomics and safety, which soon became the biggest success that Volvo had ever experienced. Late in 1978, the F7 was introduced. The F7 was a global truck in the true meaning of the word. It soon became a bestseller in nearly every part of Europe, and was also a bestseller in distant markets like Australia and the United States. Part of the success was thanks to the turbocharged engine with intercooler and the efficient 8 or 16-speed gearboxes. From 1980 to 2000. In the 1980s, trucks became even more sophisticated. Engines became better, stronger, and above all, more environmentally friendly. And with increased use of air suspension systems, roads, and goods, drivers enjoyed a much more comfortable life on the road. When Volvo introduced both the FL6 and the FL7/FL10 family of heavy-duty trucks in the summer of 1985, it was a demonstration of strength. Both families of trucks were completely new and had leading characteristics compared with other competitor-made trucks in the same segments. The F7, with the option of a very powerful 10-liter engine with engine output of up to 318 bhp. The most dramatic of the new features and models of 1987 was the F16, a completely new truck model with the most powerful engine of any truck on the market intended for long-distance goods transport. In 1993, the Volvo FH12 and FH16 were introduced with the radical new engine D12. The engines cover the range of 340 up to 660 bhp, and the trucks can be specified with 2, 3, or 4 axles, with 1, 2, or even 3 axles driven. The Volvo F8 range of trucks was awarded Truck of the Year in 1994, and is today one of the most successful truck families ever, having sold more than 400,000 units since 1993. It was not until the spring of 1998 that the FM series was introduced, and the entire Volvo truck range had now successfully been renewed. From 2001 to 2011. In 2001, the FH and the FM were updated with better aerodynamics of the cab and efficiency of the headlights. The front end of the cab had been revised at the same time as the most important news was found under the skin of the revised truck model. The most powerful new feature was the D12D-500 engine with turbo compound, which had not only 1, but 2 turbochargers. Also, the automatic I-shift gearbox was now available, as well as the completely new 16-liter inline 6-cylinder FH16 engine with 610 horsepower. In 2005, Volvo introduced the even more powerful FH16 with 660 bhp and a torque figure of 3,100 Nm, now coupled to the I-shift gearbox, a combination which fulfills the driver's dream of the most powerful truck in the industry, with the added ergonomics, comfort, and safety of a full automatic gearbox operation. In the spring of 2006, the Volvo FE and FL were introduced in the medium range with a powerful D7e engine with from 240 up to 320 horsepower. In 2010, the Volvo FMX was presented in some respects similar to the regular FM series, while in other respects it is uniquely tailored to meet the very special demands imposed by heavy loads in a combination of uneven terrain, proper roads, rough construction sites, and off-road conditions. With the launch of the Volvo FH16 750 in autumn 2011, the FH16 regained its position as the world's most powerful truck. With 750 horsepower and maximum torque of 3,550 Nm, it surpasses all other trucks. From 2012 to now. When the new Volvo FH series was launched in 2012, it was, as the predecessor, one of the world's most successful trucks ever built. For 19 years, Volvo FH had been an icon in the truck industry and was about to continue. The FH range is one of the most successful truck series ever, having sold more than 400,000 units worldwide. Interior and exterior have been completely renewed and today are one of the most modern, innovative, and exclusive truck models on the market, offering a wide variety of solutions for all types of companies. In 2022, a fully electric truck range will start production. Volvo Trucks aims to start selling electric trucks powered by hydrogen fuel cells in the second half of this decade. Volvo Trucks' objective is for its entire product range to be fossil-free by 2040. What a transformation Volvo Trucks has been through, and it will be exciting to follow them the next decade. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for much more.